Hello everybody, welcome back to my sunroom here on this beautiful and very cold day here in the middle of November. I wanted to show you my gorgeous big red and the intensity of the color of the blooms this year. It is incredible how much this cactus has bloomed and budded this year, which is kind of surprising to me because I had to put him back here in the darker part of my sunroom this summer because he got too big for his home over by the French doors. So I placed some LED lighting around him, very close to him actually, and he has done so very well with this supplemental LED lighting. As you see, he hasn't missed a beat. So I wanted to go ahead and share a video with you all today about the type of supplemental LED lighting that I'm using. Many of you have asked me about this. I want to show you how close I have it to my plants because that's always a big question. I had to tweak mine for quite a few weeks to just get them where I thought that the LED lighting wasn't too close but not too far away. So I hope that this video gives you an idea of how I'm using my LED supplemental lighting and give you some ideas about how to create some of your own grow spaces in parts of your house that might be too dark. My channel is sponsored by the Orchid Supply Store, and they have all the bark, moss, pots, potting soil, compost, anything that you need to help you grow your orchids and your houseplants optimally. They have it. And if you use my coupon code Amy when you check out, you will receive a 12% viewers discount. And let's talk about my LED lights today. I have used a few of them that I really like. Now, I'm not sponsored by any of these companies that I'm about to share with you. I just like their lights. But I also like to keep you all updated on products that I find that help me to grow my orchids and my plants better. So what I was going to suggest to you all today is if you decide that you're going to use some supplemental LED lighting, I'm going to show you some things that I've learned about how to use them and some ways that aren't so easy to use them. Before you start big time into supplemental lighting, you might just want to buy a couple of them and see if you like them. Because some people, when they start using full spectrum LED lighting, and what that means is it has the red and blue spectrum in the lighting. So the blooms look just so much deeper, prettier, a better color. These are supposed to be suitable for living spaces and not really hard on your eyes. But some people are very sensitive to these lights. So if you know that your eyes are sensitive to begin with, then you might want to start slowly on these and see if you like them. See if you're comfortable with them being in the same room where you are. So Big Red here, this year he is more like Big Scarlet. And I believe that the intensity of the color of these blooms is in part due to the LED lighting. So how close do I have him to these lights? I have a 3-strip LED light that is on the side of this bookshelf right here. So I'm going to situate this right here and I'm going to show you how close it is. He is very close to these lights. I'd say 6 inches away. And this is a 3-strip light. In other words, if you took 3 6-inch halo lights and you flatten them out, that is how much light he is getting on that side of the plant. Now on the other side of the plant, I have my Dendrobium, my huge cane Dendrobium Wilson. Let me show you that. Okay, so this is a 6-inch LED halo light that I have this huge Dendrobium on, okay? This is most of the light that he gets during the day. This is my dark corner of my sunroom. And I must say that this is the fastest I have ever seen this Dendrobium grow. Normally, it takes these canes a long time to grow. I'm going to just kind of scan down. And as you see, there's a pole that comes with that light. Do you see where I have that green tape? The reason I left that green tape there is I wanted you all to see that. Taped it to the back of the wall behind him. I'm going to change that out to some white electric tape and you won't even be able to see it. But I wanted you all to see I've just taped it back on that wall. And that light is about 5 or 6 inches away from the top of the plant. The cane on this Dendrobium grew so fast that I could not believe it. Normally it takes probably 2 or 3 times as long for a cane to finish on this Dendrobium. It's crazy how fast it grew. And it's already got a double spike on the new growth. So that light is on both Wilson, and it also provides light to the back part of Big Red. I used to have this Dendrobium on the other side of the wall beside my Gloriana Cattleya, and I had to move it because Gloriana was done growing for the year. She's a seasonal grower, and the extra LED lighting actually caused her to start pushing out new growth. So I had to move it over here. That's how powerful these LED lights are. Another way that you can use these lights is not to attach them to anything. I didn't even use the pole on this 6-inch halo light right up here. I just set it on top of the shelf. This is easier on your eyes. When you have it directly pointing towards your plant, it's easier on your eyes and you don't even notice it. And I'm going to give you a close-up of what the LEDs look like. There's yellow, there's red, there's white, there's blue, and they're all marked as to what they are. And so this is full spectrum LED lighting. And I want to talk a little bit about the growth of the plants that's under that light that I just showed you. My Neophonetia falcata, it has grown substantially since I've had it here. It gets both natural light and the full spectrum LED light. And these are the 2 limelight cattleyas that I bought back in August, and they have been under the LED lights, also here in this natural light, for about 3 months. And the new canes that just started back in August, they have already matured. That is some fast growth. Also, my Dendrobium Selaya Champu. I've had this plant now for 6 years, and she's always just produced 1 spike of absolutely beautiful blooms for me. I was checking the other day, and she's got another spike. I believe it's because she's so close to that LED light. And here's another instance of how I've taken my dining room, which doesn't really get any light until about 1:30 in the afternoon in the fall and the winter, and I have made this into an awesome grow space. Now these lights have timers. You can put them on either 8 hours, 12 hours, or 16 hours. So I have chosen to place these on an 8-hour timer for this time of the year, and they are growing so well. The one on the right that you see, that is by Yakoder, and I'm going to place a link in the description box to that company on Amazon. And then the one over here that you see over my little Lepanthopsis astrophora, that is a mouthful. This one is by Fafagrass. So I will also place a link to that one. Just know that sometimes Amazon runs out of things, as you all know. But there's a lot of full spectrum LED lighting that's out there. So make sure that when you buy them, that they have the hardware that you want. Some of them come with stands. The ones with stands, I'm not going to place my plant directly on that stand because they're a little bit, well, they're really not sturdy enough for me to trust one of my orchids on. Let's just put it that way. Some of them, the 6-inch ones by Yakoder, these all have these steel adjustable rods that are very nice. I like that because you can use them several different ways. You can tape them to the wall, or you can put it in the soil in one of your houseplants, and it's going to stay. I've used some of them on my houseplants, and they are very sturdy. I like the 6-inch ones a lot because you can use them, as you see, with more than one plant. These are 6-inch, and these are for large plants or for a grouping of small plants like this. These are 4-inch, the ones by Fafagrass, and those are for small plants. And really, that's pretty much, you're going to use it for just one plant. Or you can use 2 of them for a grouping of plants, like I have over here on this table. That would work too. And I also use them with my African violets, and my African violets are blooming better, and the blooms are just so much more vibrant than before I added the LED lights. What I did here was I just used zip ties to attach them to the shelves. This is a lot easier on your eyes than having them on a stand. I can tell you that much. If you're having problems with adjusting to them, if you put them on one of your shelves, it's just going to be easier for you. But the leaves on these, the variegation is just so much more pronounced. And I also started some baby African violets in bags like this and put them under one of the 6-inch halo lights. And oh my, they have propagated so quickly. I have that light right back here. Let me move this one. I have that one here, and I just used zip ties to attach it to the bottom of that shelf. And I plan on adding some more. Well, let me get that in. There it is. There it is. I don't know if you all saw it. It's right here. You can just zip tie them right above. You don't have to use the rods if you don't want to. They come disassembled, and you can assemble them however you want. So that's how I used the LED lighting on this shelf. I also have my Bellina in my house because it's warmer in my house, especially in my kitchen, than it is in my sunroom right now. It's about 69 degrees Fahrenheit in my home, and today out in the sunroom it's about 63, 64 degrees. So I don't want my Bellina to be back in my sunroom right now. I would rather, since she's a warm grower, to have her in my house. It's a lot warmer. So I have her on one of the 4-inch Fafagrass, and she's been growing back here for about 6 weeks, and she's done fantastic. She's about to bloom. So I know that you see that there's some light coming through these windows, but it's not really enough to promote her to bloom. It really does, this plant really does need supplemental light here because these windows don't get any sun until about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So she's on an 8-hour timer as well. Okay, here is an example of the timer on the Fafagrass lights. Okay, these offer you 3 hours, 9 hours, and 12 hours. The Yakoder offers a 8-hour, 12-hour, and 16-hour. So you can choose how long you want these to go on an automatic timer. which is so much easier than trying to turn them on and off yourself. So you can choose how much light you want. You don't have to have them on a high intensity all the time. You can lower that intensity. If you do, what I have found is it's easier to hold your hand under the light to adjust it than to look at it to adjust it. I did that a few times. I got kind of a headache. So yeah, use your hand underneath the light. And what I mean by that is you can hold your hand underneath this light and you can adjust it up or down to your preference. If you don't want it on such a bright light, you can always turn it down. If you want it on the highest one, you can turn it up to the highest one, and you're going to see that on your hand. You're going to see that light intensity on your hand. And here are those 3 strips of the LED lights that are on Big Red. I decided I didn't want to show them to you head on because it's just too bright, but I figured if I could get inside and show you, then it won't bother your eyes. But you can see how, if you have 3 of these strips, it is a sunny day wherever you put these strips. So I hope that gives you all ideas about how I use the LED lights. I plan on getting some more because right now the possibilities are endless. There have been places in my home that I would love to have some plants that have just been too dark. My sunroom is normally so bright, but honestly, over the summer, we had so much rainy weather, cloudy weather, that I'm going to be buying more LED lighting just in case, because I can use those anywhere I want to. I don't want anything permanent back here, like the long strips, you know, that you buy. I don't really think that I need that. But to be able to have these that you can move wherever you want, I think it's really going to be advantageous to me, even out here in the sunroom. And as we go into the season of Thanksgiving next week, I just want to mention to you all what a blessing you all are to me. I appreciate your friendship so much. I love looking through my comment section. You all just bless me all the time, and I appreciate you all so much. So before I end the video, I'd love to say the blessing over you and your families and your plants. May the Lord bless you and keep you, make His face shine upon you and be gracious to you. May the Lord turn His face toward you and give you His peace. You all make it a great day. We'll talk to you next time.